the most recent and atrocity done to people by African leaders. Sometimes I don't understand the African leaders. They are very ungrateful. The Rwandan court convicted the hated Rwanda hero, Paul Rusesabagina. He was convicted to 20 years in jail by Rwandan courts, which was presided by the judges appointed by Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame has been applauded as a great president, but also on the side, internally, is a benevolent dictator. To refresh your mind about Paul Rusesabagina, was the hotel manager in Rwanda, where the true story about Hotel Rwanda movie, who helped so many Hutus during the genocide. More than 1,000 people were saved because of him. He had helped the people who were being massacred by the Hutus. Now, he had left to Belgium, and then he moved to the USA, where he was a resident, because he turned out to be a critic of Paul Kagame. So Paul Kagame has had a grudge about this man. So what he did, Paul Kagame organized for this man to be taken to Rwanda. He was lured to Dubai, and from Dubai he was lured to go to speak to churches in Burundi. Little did they know that that was a plane organized by Kagame to take him to Rwanda to face churches in genocide. What an irony. He was taken to Rwanda, tried of terrorism, and he was convicted for 20 years. Is this the way we reward the people who really saved? Most of the people he saved were even friends of Kagame, relatives of Kagame, who were saved in that hotel. But Kagame has now convicted him on drummed charges. Of course, he was voicing that even if you are praising this man Kagame, Kagame is a dictator. He does not allow for opposition, and that is why he has killed potential leaders in Rwanda. That's why he has extended his stay in office indefinitely. You know, they say that a leader can be called as success if his successor succeeded. The role of a leader during his reign is to nurture leaders who will take over from him. But what Kagame has been doing has been silencing any divergent views. So right now in Rwanda, Kagame has only followers. He does not have leaders. If you try to challenge Kagame, you are gone. Now, imagine, this is a man who saved people. And as I said, that is where Hotel Rwanda came from. You can see Hotel Rwanda where it was acted by Chase. This was a movie which has brought many people to understand what actually happened during the genocide. This is a man who was even given a presidential medal by President Bush. He was honored in the United States of America for what he did. That same man now is in prison, facing 24 years, 25 years in prison. A man who is 67 years is in that a death sentence. Taking a man who saved even Mr. Kagame's, President Kagame's relatives, how ungrateful at times African presidents can be. People come to power, they try to terrorize the people who oppose them, opposition leaders, find themselves in jail, tortured, some even are killed. And nobody is talking about this. Even if you try to talk about it, the international community is silent about it. They can't do anything because they think if this man leaves Rwanda, there is going to be another genocide. How ungrateful is Paul Kagame? Paul Kagame came to power hoping to bring change. But how do you bring change, Mr. Kagame, if you cannot allow people to criticize you? If you cannot allow leaders, if you cannot nurture leaders who are going to take over from you, you have been a dictator the rest of your life. How do you expect the country to remember you? It's ironical. And this is not only in Rwanda. We have seen many leaders in Africa do the same. They don't want to be questioned with what they are doing. It is high time that the international community and Africans everywhere to come up and say the truth that this is wrong for a man who saved so many people to end up in jail in that simply because he is talking, he's pointing the ills Mr. Kagame is doing. It is high time that people come up to fight for this man, the release of this man from imprisonment. Because Kagame appoints president, judges. He dictates what is done in that country. It would be good that if people can come up and fight, and this is very ungrateful. Surely, and it should be a leadership lesson we have to see, that when you are in power, treat your opponents in a better way. Put yourself in the shoes of your opponents, because tables can turn around. And as always people say, karma is a bitch. It will turn around. Now Kagame came to power through a revolution after the defeat of the Hutus who were after the genocide. There should be a time that African leaders should plan to quit and leave. You know, at times that's why somebody told me that, you know, African leaders are like monkeys. You know, and that reminds me when we used to trap monkeys, which were the time they were trying to eat the ground nuts. We would get a tin, a can, and then open a small hole and put ground nuts in. When they come, when the monkey inserts his hand to the tin, and after grabbing the ground nuts, it's now full. The hand cannot come out of the tin because now it's big. Even if the other signal that there is danger, there's somebody coming, the monkey can never decide to drop the peanut and get the hand out. No. It will be killed while holding those peanuts. And that is why they are equated to be monkeys. We never know when to leave office. I applaud few countries in Africa which have had democracy, which have had successful elections. I mean, elections are handed over, like a country of Zambia. Yes, some of them are not great leaders, but they have really had almost 7 transitions or presidential transitions, which is kudos. That is very nice that there is a good democracy, which I don't know how a man can be applauded as a great leader. Mr. Kagame claims to be a great leader, applauded, but really, you do not show any qualities of a great leader if you cannot tolerate dissent. And it is high time that people should come out clearly and condemn what Paul Kagame is doing. And this equally goes to many African countries, leaders who are very ungrateful, who try to harass their opponents. See what happened in Zambia. The outgoing president was defeated by the man he imprisoned. Hichilema was imprisoned by Lungu. But now, Hichilema is the president. So, Mr. Kagame, don't think you are untouchable. You never know. This man, Paul Rusesabagina, can be the next president. It is ironical to take a man who did good in the country. It is good that we need to have these people like Paul Rusesabagina out and let them speak their truth, and that's when we will say that you have left a democratic country of Rwanda.